Thank you.
Thanks, Tori.
Thank you. And last but not least, the Waitai Coastal-Burwood Community Board. Kelly Barber
Save the best
is
for
with
last.
us this morning. And also Community Governance Manager, an all-time favourite, Chris Turner-Bullock.
You're just jealous.
Oh, just think of those beside you and how they feel
I
now.
apologise in advance for Chris, who forgot the blue shirt dress code for today. You noticed the boys have all got their blue shirts on. Oh, there's a bit of blue there, sorry.
But the floral thing is going there.
Yeah, well, Phil forgot that, again. Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Paisley power. So, community board decisions under delegation. So we've had allocations of funding for some great groups, as usual. Aranui Community Trust, or ACTIS as they're better known, for the purchase of a public address sound system. They're a really active, really positive force in our community, and probably the gold standard for community organisations, in my opinion, because of the skills they have and the range of services that they provide to the community. They're so deeply ingrained in the community. Also, Dallington Residents Association for the printing of their quarterly newsletter to communicate with their members and community. So a walking group program at Taiora QE2 and Rec Centre has recently started. It's the Rec and Sports events unit have put together a walking group for 30 to 45 minutes based out of 4 local swimming pools. And once a month there's a special session after the walk for people to sort of try activities and get information. So sort of hooking people in and then offering them more, which I think is really smart. And the QE2 program commenced February 2nd, and there's information in your agenda if you want to have a look at that. So we have a couple of great sort of festivals in our wards over the summer, and one of them was the 11th iteration of I Love Brighton 2021. So it was emceed by local councillor James Daniels, who has some experience behind a microphone. Of course, perfect weather again, we had a big crowd and a great community event, and people come from all over the city to go to this. So thousands of people enjoyed this on the 7th of February at Thompson Park. The planning group is a who's who of local organisations, and I just want to highlight them, like the Youth Alive Trust, the New Brighton Project, Renew Brighton, Eastern Community and Sport and Recreation, and the New Brighton Business Association and Council are involved as well. So thank you to everyone involved. We've got a short video which we'll show at the end of the presentation. So our other big community event is Parklands at Play, which occurred, I think, a week later. Another fantastic day, and highlighting local clubs, fencing, karate, dance, rugby, archery, tag, football, basketball, radio control cars, gymnastics, netball and table tennis. So a whole spectrum of different sports. And there was music throughout, and the toy library were involved. Some of you know Stan Tawa. His son played a fantastic trumpet solo during some of the music. Absolutely stunning. And a lot of this was coordinated by the Pukeko Centre, who are, like Eastern Community Sports, another great organisation in our area, partnering with groups. So we fund this as part of the community board, and I'd have to say it's one of the great things that we do as a community board and as a council. I mean, yes, we're roads and footpaths and all those sort of things, but these community events are something tangible that the people really can see and get involved with. It's like a birthday, you know, it comes along once a year, and it's really good to celebrate those things. And when you see how many kids are there and how much enjoyment people and families are getting out of it, you feel good about the things that the council do in this area. Now, of course, James and Phil were a no-show, but they did turn up a little bit later, and you'll see them up there. Yeah. But the lengths that some people to go to participate in this event and do something for the kids, I mean, that would have scared the hell out of me if I was a young kid, but yeah, they look absolutely fantastic, those two, and allowed me to take a photo of them. Yeah. Excellent. Moving right along, Rawhiti Domain natural play proposal. So, you know, in our city we have some pretty unique playgrounds, obviously Margaret Mahi in town, and this is like a new concept and an old concept at the same time. It's like a natural play area that is being put together by the Guardians of Rawhiti, who have also been funded through the Shovel Ready projects. So it's going to have things like log steps and native garden, wheelchair accessible fort. You wouldn't see too many of those around, so that'll be something new. A TP village, swings, slides, and then a net nest. Yeah, so just something unique and interesting, another asset to the sort of Brighton community. So Eastern Community Sport and Recreation, I've talked about them a bit before. They're a group that got quite a bit of funding from the government for a number of great projects that they are involved in Rawhiti Domain and around. Yeah, made a real difference to the community, and we got a report from them about where they're at on a number of things. And an impressive array of things, flood lighting at Thompson Park. I mean, these are the people that were involved in the large canopy for all-weather sports out in Rawhiti, and they're finalising the lease footprint for the cricket pavilion, upgrading of tennis courts, and then they're also involved in installing lighting at the South Brighton Tennis Club, very big and active club in South Brighton. So I think we'll just show that video. Is it the last one there, Chris, before we finish? Thank you very much. Yeah, happy to answer any questions.
That was lovely, thank you. Questions?
I've got a question, starting with, do you know that the New Brighton Rugby Football Club are holding their 100th anniversary on Easter weekend? And that's one of the real hubs of that community. It's got obviously a long history, and that's where the Eastern community in sports and recreation is basing themselves in. They've expanded the rugby club from just a rugby club to squash to all these different sports. So it'll be a big celebration and a great celebration. And also, did you know that this weekend the Duke Surfing Festival is on in New Brighton?
No, James, I did not know those things. Thank you for pointing them out.
No, I asked you a question.
He was just giving the answer.
Well, thank you.
Did you know that the Student Volunteer Army is going down to Donnell Park on Saturday morning to do a
Big clean-up.
big clean-up? Is it a big clean-up? Yeah. So, did you know that?
No, I did because you told me earlier. But, actually, Liam, we have one more thing. The Coast to Coast event was held a couple of weeks ago. Are we going to put that? Yeah. So we had some photos there, just of the finish line. So I don't know whether you, most of you know that they take a whole lot of sand and put it up some steps. So the finish line is quite high up and over the. You can see over all of Brighton. It's so many people turn up. Those photos I took in the early afternoon with Hepuna Taimoana looking fantastic and all the landscaping done. And that picture at the bottom there is my son and I with Porto Williams, who was welcoming people at the finish line. So yeah,
She didn't
great.
run it this year.
Sorry.
She didn't run it this year.
No. I think it just
Where
about
did
killed
you
her
come,
last
Kelly?
time.
Where did you come?
Oh yeah, we got second in the family team. So my son is a very good athlete.
Summer's looking forward to having it back next year.
It's not going to happen.
No.
You took it away
traffic
from us.
management.
Took it
yeah.
away. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was always a logical fit. You know.
Now, James, I'm assuming that you are moving that, and I'm assuming that Phil is seconding it. So, any discussion? Put the motion. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. That's carried.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Look, I'm just going to, because